For former foster youth who are attending secondary schools, a new housing program in our community is bringing a lot of hope. Today on City Chat, Chief Operating Officer Scott Scharlach from the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority is here to talk about the new Columbus Scholar House for Former Foster Youth program and how it has positively affected our community. So Scott, thank you so much for coming on to City Chat today. We're really excited to have you on the show, and we're really excited to hear about the Columbus Scholar House program. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and go into what this program is all about?
Sure, absolutely. Hi, Josie, and thank you for having me on today. My name is Scott Scharlach, and I have the privilege to serve as the Chief Operating Officer of the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority. We are very excited to share some updates here from CMHA about the Columbus Scholar House. To start off, I'll kind of back it up a little bit. In 2020, CMHA had a milestone year with affordable housing investments that exceeded $200 million. And now in 2021, we are primed to build on that historic accomplishment and that momentum. So for context, CMHA serves about 100,000 families. This accounts to about 250,000 individuals. And in this year alone, in 2021, CMHA has the opportunity to provide an additional 1,000 vouchers to new families on our waiting list. So we're very happy about that opportunity. CMHA currently owns and operates over 4,000 units of housing. We serve families, seniors, veterans, single parents attending school, former foster youth, and other special needs demographics. And we are excited to kind of share a little bit about our Columbus Scholar House for former foster youth with you today. So I can kind of go in and talk to you a little bit about this specific project. I'd like to start off by saying that Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority is very passionate about serving special needs populations, and CMHA is committed to embracing our responsibility to support diverse communities and build neighborhoods of choice that are healthy and vibrant. The Columbus Scholar House for Former Foster Youth is a brand new 30-unit community that offers affordable housing for former foster youth who are attending secondary education. The site includes various amenities and supportive services to ensure that the student's success. With CMHA's partner agencies, including the City of Columbus, the goal is to assist residents by giving them a stable housing and a stable support system while they enroll in school and transition into adulthood. The supportive housing model is aimed towards the direct needs of youth that are 18 to 24 years old, enrolled in secondary education and working towards their college degree. The Scholar House has modern day amenities such as fitness center, large open community space, bike storage, outdoor basketball courts, seating areas, and very soon CMHA is going to also be providing 100% free high-speed internet to all residents at the Columbus Scholar House to help assist them with home learning and home education. The building itself is about 26,000 square feet and cost approximately $7.8 million to construct. It has 31 bedroom units that are 700 square feet. These units come fully furnished. They have energy efficient appliances, individual washers and dryers. The property is also located on the COTA bus line and less than 4 miles from 10 local universities or colleges. So you can tell that CMHA was very proactive in where this project was located, and it's going to be able to serve a lot of universities for youth that need the assistance.
Can you go over again what the eligibility criteria is to enter into the Columbus Scholar House?
Absolutely. So eligibility here is simple. So this is for former foster youth. So if you've spent any time in foster care during your youth, whether it was for one day or the full 18 years, if you're enrolled in secondary education, either full or part-time, between the ages of 18 and 24. And then if your income is less than 50% of the area median income, excuse me, which is less than $29,000 for a single adult, then you are eligible to apply for housing at this Columbus Scholar House.
Wow, that's really great. So if this is an affordable housing community, what is the rent and how is the rent determined for occupants? I know you just kind of went over that, but if we can just break it down in simpler terms.
Yep, that very good question. Thank you, Josie. So this is an affordable community. All units come with a housing choice voucher that is issued and funded by the Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority, and residents are required to pay up to 30% of their income towards the rent. Okay. And then basically CMHA will pay the additional 70% of the rent to the property. Oh. And then basically that allows, the residents to utilize that other 70% towards basic living expenses and savings.
And you did talk about the location. Can we go ahead and say where it is located? And you talked about how great of an area that was. And then can you talk about the availability for new tenants to come in?
Absolutely. So the Scholar House for former foster youth is located in the King Lincoln district of Columbus, just north of Broad Street and on 17th Avenue. So it's very close to downtown, to bus lines, all the transportation.
I heard that area is like up and coming too.
It is. So the King Lincoln district, right next to the Near East Side area, it is home of Poindexter Village, which CMHA recently redid all of Poindexter Village into Legacy Point at Poindexter Place, and then Poindexter Place Senior Community. So the entire neighborhood is kind of going through this revitalization, and CMHA is heavily invested in the area. And we thought that location would be perfect for our Columbus Scholar House for foster youth. And it's actually located directly across the street from Columbus Scholar House that is dedicated to single parents that are in school and trying to get an education. Wow. And CMHA provides full wraparound supportive services there as well.
Wow. And then are you guys currently taking new tenants in for the Scholar House?
We have availability as we speak. The community was completed in February of this year. So we are in the middle of our lease up right now. So if there's any individuals out there that spent any time in foster care and are enrolled in college, we would encourage you to contact the property and see if you're interested in applying for housing. We see that CMHA sees that housing is the foundation to self-sufficiency and getting on your feet. And transitioning into adulthood. So without that affordable housing component, it's very difficult for a student to kind of bring themselves up and out of that. So we're here to provide the housing and the supportive services that they might not have had growing up or have at this time because they have aged out of the foster care system.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into, the next question of why you guys believe so strongly that former foster youth, like this is very targeted towards like a certain demographic. Can you kind of explain why, there's a lot of needs in our community. Why is former foster youth so important to you guys?
Absolutely. And as I did mention before, CMHA is committed to serving a large number of special needs populations, and we certainly recognize the need for housing and community service for the former foster youth in our community. The Scholar House in Franklin County is significant as Ohio has 3 of the top communities in the nation in terms of the number of youth that are aging out of foster care each year. Wow. Franklin County ranked highest among the counties in Ohio in 2019, with 183 youth emancipating at the age of 18 into the adult world without critical support and at risk of being homeless. Housing is the foundation for advancement and self-sufficiency. And if we or the community doesn't step up to provide these services to these young adults, nobody will.
Yeah. That just gave me chills. Like, that's really great. That's awesome. Some of us have heard Kamar Smiths' story. Can you go ahead and tell us his story on a second account, and can we just hear how you guys have been able to help him?
Sure. So Kamar was our first resident who moved into Columbus Scholar House, and he was in and out of foster care most of the latter half of his youth. He was couch surfing at many times. He actually was living out of his car. He did find himself getting into a little bit of trouble with the law, and that's a direct result of not having stable, affordable housing for him to live in. So he was referred over to the Columbus Scholar House from, I believe, Columbus State University, where he is currently attending his secondary education. And we were able to get him through our application process and get him moved in as our first resident. So now Kamar is going to be living in a safe, affordable community. He doesn't have to worry about where he's going to sleep at night, how he's going to get ready to go to class. And he is going to be surrounded by wraparound supportive services from multiple agencies in Columbus that are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that he receives the supportive services that he needs in order to become self-sufficient. And the goal here is that we support him here with his rental assistance, with the needed supports. And then when he's able to graduate, he can then move in, or he can then move out and open up a space or a slot for somebody else who needs that assistance. So we see this as kind of a revolving amenity for our community. And the only thing that I wish we could do is build more units at this community or duplicate this project somewhere else in Franklin County, because the need is greater than 30 units. And that's all we have here today.
Thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing. I really genuinely mean that. And thank you for coming on to City Chat and just telling us and informing the public about everything that this program is doing right now.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. We love telling our story. As I mentioned, there is availability for our units at the Scholar House right now. They're not going to last very long because there's only 30 units. But if anybody who sees this and any community partner knows of a former foster youth that could utilize these services, we encourage you to go to the website for Columbus Properties of Ohio and fill out an application.
That's great. Thank you so much, Scott.
You're very welcome. And just last but not least, I did want to thank the city for their involvement, and they were very vital in helping us see this property to completion. So thanks for the city and to everybody involved. It's a great project.
I'm Josie Smith. Thanks for watching City Chat on CTV.